Hello, all, and welcome to another Vinyl Finds of all kinds. That's correct. I'm still buying vinyl, and while I'm still purging a little here and there, I'm finding that I'm buying more than I had intended. You know, the vinyl addiction was beaten for a while, and it's creeping back a little bit, and you'll see what I mean as I go through this video. To start with, I have a 45 in a picture sleeve. This Herman's Hermits, just a little bit better with Sea Cruise on the other side. And of course, that being on MGM. I'm going to be seeing Peter Noone of Herman's Hermits for my very first time near the end of this month. So I'm very happy about that. Pretty excited about that. All right, next up, Foreigner, the self-titled album in the shrink wrap. Okay. Wait till you see what I do here. You're not going to believe it. I don't believe it either. These three records all came in a collection together, so I also picked up in the shrink wrap with the hype sticker, Double Vision. I actually bought this album, Double Vision, back when it was released when I was a teenager. It's one of the first non-Beatles records that I bought, actually. And, I enjoyed a few songs off it. I saw a commercial for Hot Blooded, and the ads got to me. I liked the tune of Hot Blooded, so I bought it. And back then, at the time, to this teenager who only listened to Beatles, this sounded like hard rock to me. The song Hot Blooded. I'm not talking about everything by Foreigner, but yeah. So those two were in very good shape, the records. This one is the third one that I got in this batch. However, the record is scratched up. And I got this, ultra cheap. I bought it basically for the cover because, again, the cover is in fantastic shape and it's got the hype sticker. And what I figured I would do with this one was when I find another album, maybe I'll buy it for the record and I'll Frankenstein them up because I basically want to make sure, I'm back to this again. I had beaten this for a while, this thing about certain artists that I enjoy. And when I see hype stickers and shrink wrap looking really great condition like that, buying them, that kind of was gone for a series of months. This one here, Pat Benatar, okay, first album, In the Heat of the Night. I know I have this. I know I have it with the shrink wrap, and I think hype as well, but I don't know if I have this particular hype sticker. I thought that was really interesting. It contains the powerful rocker, not just any rocker, but the powerful rocker, Heartbreaker. And I'm pretty sure that this is an improvement from the copy that I have. All right, now, the next two albums I'm going to show you here. You have the album Heart. I like this album. I know this album pretty well. And I love the hype sticker, Contains the hit singles Crazy on You and Magic Man. And, the hype and also the shrink. So I got that, and the same here for this one here, Little Queen by Heart, which boasts that it contains the hit single Barracuda. Nice back cover. Again, beautiful shape and shrink. Now those albums that I just showed you, all those albums I just showed you, those were the very types of albums I was trying to abstain from buying. The type that I was going to purge. Because, I have Pat Benatar on CD, and I also have Heart on CD, and I have the Foreigner CD I think it's called Records. It's basically, the hits, except that Hot Blooded on the Foreigner CD of Greatest, I know, doesn't have the studio version of Hot Blooded. We get cheated with a live version. But anyway, that's where I thought I was going to go. But as you can see, I did not. Now, here's something that I've been looking for a while. I'm so glad to find this in this kind of shape. After Tony Bennett passed recently, I wanted to get this album. I Left My Heart in San Francisco, and I found a really good copy. I waited. I knew they'd come in, and I found a really good copy. And the actual record itself is still inside one of these. I think they call these bullet sleeves. But the record, my God, folks, I'm telling you, the record is No spindle wear, mono, practically like it's unplayed. I'm on the lookout for one more Tony Bennett record in similar condition. That's the greatest hits, I think it is. It's the one where he's sitting on the bar stool, and it has Rags to Riches on it, and many others. Okay, another one. For some reason I can't recall if I showed this in my last video. I don't know if I did or not. If I did, let's have a deja vu, because that's perfect, because that's this album. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and there it is, Deja Vu. As you can see, it's got the sticker back there. Now, this is another album. One day I was in my record store and they were playing this album, and I like the popular songs off it. And then I'm listening and I hear the song Helpless with Neil Young vocal, and I'm thinking to myself, I didn't know. I think I talked about this. I might have done this in my last video. I don't know. I didn't know that Helpless was a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song. I thought it was a Neil Young solo song, because I'm not an expert. But when I found it was on here, I said, "Oh, what that? Give me the whole shebang. Give me the whole thing." This is one of their, best albums, I'm told. And yeah, I have this in the shrink wrap. It is a gatefold, but I'm not going to open the gatefold in this case. And last, but by no means least, I found a really nice copy of this. I hope George, Music for All Four Seasons, is watching. Golden hits of the Four Seasons. All right. And the record here on VJ, again. I'm really fortunate to be near such a great store, for the time being, because these things are really in great shape. I got to tell you. Now, I know I have a copy of this, but you see, it's okay to have two copies, because this could be the copy that I keep for the Four Seasons, and the other one is not in as good shape that I have, and I can put that along with the album called The Beatles versus the Four Seasons. Remember that album, The Beatles versus the Four Seasons, on VJ? The album for the Four Seasons that's in that set is this one. So I can just take the old copy, place it in there somewhere here on the shelf, in the Beatles versus the Four Seasons, and get this Frankie Valli and crew version of that double record intact, because it's missing the Four Seasons record. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Talk to you soon. And yeah, I'm still collecting the vinyl.